So the second thing we want to talk about today is how do you maintain client relationships? So when you're beginning a relationship, how do you build your rapport with your clients or create the legal equivalent to a bedside manner? Lori?
The most important thing to do is really be authentic and true to yourself. Don't try to be or replicate someone who you're not. Just be your own person, and that is the best way I think you can develop that relationship with clients. At the same time, you need to recognize that they're coming to see you probably for a very serious matter. So therefore, you need to moderate yourself and handle yourself within that type of context as a professional.
Emma?
In estate planning, we're asking our clients to share their secrets right from the get-go. So the bedside manner aspect of it is really important. How do you get a client to sit down and talk about their personal life and the things that have happened to them when they don't know you at all? And early in my career, I actually used humor to get through some of the awkward moments. But I discovered what Lori's just pointed out, which is that they are talking about a really serious area. They've come to you, they're paying for your advice, and it was important that I came to the table with maturity about that. So I've changed my behavior a little bit. What I do now in order to start that rapport is I share some personal information about myself, not in an awkward way, but just to get the conversation going so that they feel comfortable with me. And I think by sharing some personal information about myself through that conversation, they feel a little bit more confident and comfortable sharing their personal secrets with me.
Lori, anything else that you can add to that? What happens if you don't have something in common with your client?
Yeah, no, I entirely agree with what Emma said. And it's really important to find something that you can speak about at the onset, really to develop that relationship. And it might be something like personal information, but if you're at different life stages, it might be you need to find an area outside of your personal life where you can develop that common ground, such as politics or a sport or something more neutral.
We've talked about how to initiate a relationship. How do you maintain it, Lori?
Well, first and foremost, you need to do excellent work in a timely way. But beyond that, it's helpful to be really knowledgeable about the industry that your client's in, so you can speak the same language, use the same lingo or abbreviations that they would use. So that's very important. And after that, make sure that you are taking steps to make your client look good to their audience. I work for a lot of businesses, and I know that my contact within the client usually reports to a more senior person or shareholders or their own customers. So often what I do goes beyond legal advice. I'm offering services to help my client look good to their audience, whether it be drafting emails for them or just even collating documents, having my assistant help. Any step you take to help your client look good helps to develop that relationship.
Thank you. Emma, do you have ideas on how you maintain your relationship with your clients?
I think it's important to always be available to your clients. Even if what they need from you, as you say, is not necessarily law related. And sometimes I get calls from clients. I can think of one example in particular where the client actually needed legal advice, but he knew that I only gave estate planning and administration advice, and that was really the area of expertise that I had. His question was not in that area, but I was able to find him assistance, actually at another firm, for that question. And the next time he had a legal question that was outside my area, he called me again, probably knowing that I would find the solution for him. And that piece of work did come to the firm and was a good source of work for other lawyers at my firm. And now I would say that he would consider me to be his lawyer, because even though I only did some estate planning work for him, he's always called me with his legal questions, and probably always will, because I've been able to find those solutions for him. So it's making your client look good where they need to look good, and it's also solving their problems for them.
Thank you. Lori, other ideas for really strengthening and maintaining that relationship?
I think it all boils down to showing interest in your client and their business. And one thing I like to do is go out to my client's place of business to visit and learn about what they do, to get a tour, do it all off the clock, and they know that. I'm just there purely because I'm interested and I want to learn about their business so I can help them further. And that really goes a long ways towards the relationship, and in many cases offers cross-selling opportunities as well.
Excellent. So we've been talking a lot about the client as if this is a person, but what about the situation where the client is really an organization or a corporate entity? How do you have the relationship that way?
Well, it could be standard, but at the same time, you need to remember that your client probably reports to a board of directors, and they need to show value for the services that you are providing. And so if you're able to help your client demonstrate value, whether it be by having monthly retainer arrangements, alternative fee arrangements, flat fees, to help your client look good, that they have sought out the best legal services at the best value, that will also help the relationship.
Thank you.